Flakkari is Icelandic for wanderer, and today we're wandering the mountains of southern Idaho. Today's wandering was supposed to be a quick trip up the canyon to maybe check out the entrance to the German Dugway trail and then back home. It didn't quite turn out that way. The German Dugway gets mixed reviews, although it's only rated a 4 on the onX app. I have heard everything from "it's a nice little climb" to "I will never go on this trail again." I figured for me, the truth had to be somewhere in the middle. When we reached the trailhead, I had no intention on driving the trail. I had actually talked to a friend with much more off-roading experience than myself, and we were trying to find a time that we could run this trail together. However, I had no sooner pulled over and a group of trucks pulled up and they were ready for the challenge. I still get shocked looks from people when I tell them full-size trucks ran the Dugway, one of which was pulling a trailer. So, with a false sense of confidence gained by visiting with the truck guys, I figured there's no time like the present, and we slipped in behind the trucks and started the rocky ascent up the notorious Dugway. Drone footage would really be the only way to show the incline that we are on and how steep the sides of this trail really are. Wide-angle GoPro video really has a way of flattening environments. That being said, I would have to agree with the onX trail assessment that this trail rates a 4, maybe a 5. Everything not on the trail might rate a 10, but stay on the trail and everything is great. I realized shortly into the trail that the lack of visibility through the passenger side of the vehicle and the feeling that you might plummet to your death make the trail more challenging than it might actually be. But the danger is real. If a driver loses focus or is driving impaired, a slip off the edge could very possibly be fatal. In the only spot large enough to turn around, we met a group that had had enough. Some of the members of their group was shaken up, and continuing was just simply not an option. My advice is to go with people you trust and focus on the trail. Remember, it's a 4 rating. It's everything else that's a 10. The trail, when it was built, was known as the Thunder Mountain Road. Only much later, after its construction, was the name the German Dugway assigned to it by the forestry organization. No one really knows why the word German was used, but it's believed to be misinformation that just stuck because the family responsible for its construction in 1906 was the Christian Coons family from Bern, Idaho, who were most definitely of Swiss descent. The road provided a way to move both people and product between the north end of Cache Valley and Bear Lake, and I can only imagine what it must have been like traveling this narrow trail with a horse and wagon. The next reasonable place to turn around will also put you back on the easier roads, and our road that will lead us to our next stop, the Paris Ice Cave. As a videographer and filmmaker, I feel quite blessed to live so close to so many diverse natural environments. In minutes, I can be in either a sandy desert environment or deep in the pines exploring this amazing world. Although the day was incredibly hot, we found refuge in the cool air in and around the cave. Butterflies, moss, and other wildlife take refuge here in the cool, moisture-rich environment. And although it's in the middle of July, the flowers are still in full bloom. Access to the cave is best made by using the trail on the left of the screen. The entrance on the right takes you to the same room, but is by far more difficult to descend. At the cave entrance on the left, you are greeted with a nice wood boardwalk that takes you over the first ice, depending on the time of year, and exits into the main chamber. The ice in the Paris Ice Cave never fully melts, and if there was a summer to melt it, this one would be it. Cold runoff water from the surrounding hill makes its way to the top of the cave, where it seeps in and freezes, creating year-round natural ice sculptures. Under the ledge at the back of the first room is a small entrance. If you're not too claustrophobic to make the squeeze, you'll be rewarded with an actual cave room full of ice and relief from the 98-degree air temperature that we had waiting for us on the outside of the cave. The Paris Ice Cave is a fun adventure that can be done several ways. You can take the more challenging German Dugway road from the Cache Valley, Idaho side, or start on the Bear Lake side of the mountain and take the scenic dirt road from Paris. At the end of the canyon road, we found a Sinclair station that worked as the perfect spot to air back up and refill my cold beverage supply. Traveling on into the Bear Lake community, my stomach was saying it was time for lunch, and we pulled into one of the first shops that looked like they had both shakes and burgers. I've never had a bad lunch in Bear Lake, and today was no different. By now it was 100 degrees, and making the pull out of Bear Lake with the stock 355 gears required 2 stops to cool off the little 4.0. I haven't had to do that since going through the cooling system, but it was exceptionally hot, and it was definitely getting a workout with the tall gears. On the downhill side now, the Jeep stayed cool, and the drive through Logan Canyon gave us time to reflect on the day's adventures. It's almost amazing that all this wandering could be done in such a short day. If nothing else, this video should be a reminder for you to get out and explore your world. And as always, please like and subscribe to this channel for more flakkari adventures.